Hey there, Mia Wolfe here, and I'm sitting here with Gregory Cook of Castle and Cook, and we were just about to have a conversation. Greg, I wanted to talk to you because we kind of connected over the fact that my daughter, and then you just had a son and daughter that went away to college.
Yes. Yep.
So, and I appreciated you, and we have, we worked together on a few projects, and he's a lender that I am one of my preferred lenders. But I thought it was really cool that he was one of the only people that told me the truth about my daughter when she was going to college and how hard it was going to be.
Yep. So yeah, both of my kids went away at the same time, and they were only 18 months apart. My son did a gap year, and it's hard. It's emotionally just taxing, the amount of work that you have to do to get into it. And then of course, emotionally, I didn't take it well. I had a hard time with it,
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Well, I told my husband, because everybody is like, it's not a big deal. And you were the only one, like when you said that to me, I like stood back for a second. I was thinking, I think I took it too lightly. And then when I got there, I was like, I remember Gregory said, you think you're prepared. You're not even prepared. So along with that, I just had closed a house with another couple that was out of town. Their daughter was coming to UNLV. They bought they were going to buy an investment home that they said, well, hey, let's just buy it in Las Vegas. Let's sign in the daughter's there. We're going to co-sign for her, and then we'll rent it out to other roommates.
Absolutely.
And I started thinking about it. I think it's not something that we think about every day.
Right.
And so you're right there. Is there something that you're doing, or what do we need to do or know to get our kids prepared for home ownership?
Yeah. So the first part obviously is they're going to be rented. Well, they're either going to live on campus,
Right.
which I think is a great move to meet people and everything. And then likely a lot of them move out the first or second year, the second or third year after that. So understanding rental contracts and everything, because that can get messy. But then the other side of it is the idea of, if you're going to be spending money on rent, your parents are going to be spending on rent for you, why not buy something? And there are certainly programs for that.
Okay.
So my daughter lives in Reno. My son lives in Chicago. Likely Chicago's not going to be possible. It's a pretty expensive environment. But looking into probably buying something up in Reno. My daughter lives in one, roommates live in the other, to help cover the mortgage. And so you're gaining equity in home ownership as opposed to living in the dorms or paying someone else's rent. So,
I mean, it's smart. And then, so if we're thinking about that, because I tried to bribe my daughter. I said, I will do it. If you stay local, I will give you $20,000, whatever. I'll do this and go ahead and buy your house. But even not everybody goes away to college.
Right.
Our kids are graduating. What are our options? Would we co-sign for them? What is the typical?
So there's a little known loan program that people don't realize about. Typically, when you buy your primary residence, if you want to buy a second home, it has to be somewhere away, usually 99 miles or more. That makes sense.
Okay.
However, if you can prove, and all you would bring in is your syllabus showing that you're attending whatever UNR or UNLV. For us, it would be UNR, or even the local community college and Nevada College, and show that they're living and going to school full time. You can buy a second home, not as an investment, a second home within your own city limits.
Okay.
Yep. So it's not.
So would you be the primary buyer, or would you be the co-signer on that?
You can be either. You can be
Okay.
either. So if they're working and obviously are not going to make enough, typically their first year in college, you could be their co-signer, or you can be the main borrower, they be the co-signer, but you're proving that it's not really a traditional investment, that it's what would almost be called a vacation home or a second home. And typically the adjustments for buying an investment property, minimum 25% down, very aggressive rate hits.
Right.
But on a second home locally, it's not quite as bad.
Really?
Yeah.
And so when you're in that, that's actually building credit for your kids.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's their house, essentially.
It's their house. You have the ownership and control over it as well, which is what I would recommend to make sure that you're on title and on the loan. Because some people just go on the loan but not on title, which means you have that risk of the mortgage but not of the title, the protection. And they're young. We probably want to protect them from themselves. But yes, they're building up credit, and they're building up responsibility, and of course home ownership.
Wow. And
Yeah.
so at some point, if you're buying this home for that kid that's going to settle there and
Mhm.
you're co-signing for it or whatever,
Yep.
what would be the process of, would they refinance that in their name whenever they wanted to take complete ownership of it?
Absolutely, they could if mom and
Mm-hmm.
dad wanted their name off of it, and it really became
Right.
property that you bought for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes just maybe something that you really bought for your own self as an investment, long term. Retired Greg, retired Mia. But yes, they could once they got the type of job that allowed them to completely qualify for the home on their own.
Right.
Then yes, you could refinance mom and dad off and go from there.
I think that is great. So again, if you have a child that's gone away to college, they're going to live somewhere, why not? Use it as an investment, use it to build them, start them on the path of home ownership. I wish my parents would have done that for me. I think that you'd be a lot more set, for the future, for whatever your plans are. But if you want more information about this, if you want to work with Greg and I, we're here in Las Vegas. And, if you just have some questions, reach out to us. We'd love to help you. And I hope you guys have a great day.
Thank
Bye.
you.